Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, responding to all my emails. I know that you all have very busy schedules, and you took time out of those schedules to come and join me here to talk about some pretty critical things that I'd like to highlight for you, if you will. I'm sure you already know about them. I'm just going to underscore them for you. Most of you know me. My name is Andrew Warren. I represent the X-18 fighter line out of Fightersville, right here in Washington State. This is the X-18 fighter, for those of you who are uninitiated. This is a cutting-edge, state-of-the-art Generation 4.5 fighter aircraft that's currently defending the country as we speak. You can tell that it's orange. It's very, very, very strategic. I'm here to request your support for Referendum 4. Referendum 4 is going to add 12 aircraft to the Department of Defense 2016 budget. These aircraft need to be added to address national security issues, as well as support the interests of the nation. Before I get into that, I want to talk to you about three critical issues that are facing the country. They face the nation as a whole, and they will eventually face each one of us individually. The first, and potentially the most critical, at least in the short run, is a report issued by the Chief Naval Officer stating that there's going to be a critical security shortfall for fighter aircraft in 2017. This is due, in most part, to the delays in the X-35 Generation 5 fighter, which is being produced. It was supposed to be ready to go in 2017. Now it won't be ready until 2018 or 2019 at the earliest. By adding these aircraft to the budget, we'll be able to have enough aircraft to meet our emergent security threats in 2017. Second, and the second and third issue are very much co-related, and I'm sure that you've all experienced this or seen this day to day. The middle class is slowly shrinking in America. Middle class jobs are oftentimes being replaced by automation, and we don't have enough Luddites here to take care of that. And these jobs are being phased out, and these jobs are being moved overseas. These jobs generally, and in large part, are manufacturing, a domestic manufacturing job for heavy and light manufactured goods. And when these jobs are phased out, it guts regional microeconomies. If that X-18 line isn't perpetuated by adding these aircraft to the budget, it would gut Fightersville. And all those jobs would be moved away. Lastly, and co-related to the second point, the U.S. is increasingly facing an export-import deficit. This is due to these heavy and light manufactured goods being imported by other countries, which bolsters their economies, weakens our economies, and widens that trade gap. This is putting the nation in a condition where in the future we'll need to rely on other countries and other economies to meet our manufacturing needs. That's not a condition that we want to be in. So once again, how do we address these three issues? A starting point is to support Referendum 4. Add those 12 aircraft to the budget. These X-18 aircraft, just a reminder for those of you who don't know, are mission-ready operational strike fighters that are capable of being deployed from an aircraft carrier. Being able to be deployed from an aircraft carrier is a key strategic element to providing flexible and quick and effective close ground support for U.S. and coalition-led troops in various parts of the globe. And I know particularly right now I'm thinking about fighting ISIS in the Middle East. Additionally, this aircraft has undergone performance upgrades to provide full-spectrum airborne electronic attack. There's no other aircraft in any department of the military that can provide this capability. This capability was supposed to be provided by that X-35 fighter. But as I said, that fighter's production schedule is completely out of bed, and it won't be ready until 2018. Due to the production efficiencies gained over the last 10 years of making this X-18, this aircraft provides the lowest cost per flying hour of any aircraft in the military. Basically, what I'm saying, I'm trying to wrap up for you here, is the X-18 is the most effective, most efficient, most flexible, most strategically critical aircraft that we currently have, and we've got a gap. We've got a gap that we need to fill in the next 2 years. The logical answer is to add these aircraft to the budget. Now, here's why supporting Referendum 4 and adding these aircraft to the budget address those critical issues that I started to talk about at the beginning. Adding these aircraft to the budget automatically addresses the security shortfall presented by the Chief Naval Officer. These aircraft will be ready to go in 2017, and they could be deployed to meet ISIS and other emergent security threats wherever they might present themselves anywhere in the globe. Second, without these aircraft, that X-18 line in Fightersville here would need to shut down. And once that line shuts down, there is no reopening. You can't shut it down, lay off 2,000 employees, and then just reinitiate it next year if you want to add the airplanes to the budget that following year. That line supports 2,000 direct middle-class, middle-wage jobs for skilled and educated employees that support families. These aren't the kind of people that we want on the street in Washington looking for jobs, especially not right now. Additionally, that line supports 60,000 jobs nationwide at 800 different companies. All of these jobs and all these companies would be adversely impacted by that line shutting down. And lastly, adding these aircraft would provide a bridge, a production bridge in time, where we'd have the potential for future sales to foreign economies. These are exactly the kind of transactions that would lower that trade deficit. And it would take us out of that critical position where we're relying on other countries to provide manufacturing goods because we're keeping domestic manufacturing strong by making these type of items here in America. In closing, for the last 10 years, for the last decade, the X-18 fighter has proven itself as a platform. It's been keeping the U.S. safe. It's currently executing missions right now as we speak against ISIS. It's been keeping the middle class employed. It's been keeping people who have families that are dependent on them working here in Washington State. It's been keeping the domestic manufacturing capabilities right here. These are all the benefits that having this aircraft produced out of Washington State provide to the nation and provide to us. This aircraft's our friend. Show that you appreciate this platform. Show that you appreciate America's interest. Show that you're looking out for national security. And please do support Referendum 4 and send it over to me or send it to your congressional budget. Thank you very much.